Alright, then. Welcome to another night of my impending loss of sanity. That never seems to end.
I never had sanity to begin with. That's the pro strat.
I didn't either, but somehow I'm going in negatives. So, really pushing those limits. So, last week, you guys all met the Queen.
Mm-hmm. A ship was born.
A ship was born. A very surprising ship after realization that the Queen was not necessarily going to kill you immediately. She actually rather took a liking to you guys.
And Glenhorn.
You all had a pretty well-rounded meeting, when all is said and done. You proceeded to explore the castle a bit. Glenhorn became a cryptid.
Gira became a cryptid.
Gira kind of became a cryptid, yeah.
Lumia was the only one who looked normal.
Yeah, Lumia was just Jay chillin'. You eventually had a meeting with some aspiring entrepreneurs, that being Ezron, as well as his compatriots Eldwin and Kalen. You all discussed setting up a sort of biological preserve in the now abandoned city of Ascot. The city itself will probably be moved. You're repurposing the area since the giant fucking creature that turned out to be living right next to the city woke up.
Namely Ernest.
Just
casually chillin'.
Pretty much. Just Jay chillin'. After that, you guys went off for the night. Glenhorn had the idea of giving the already somewhat hyper Gita caffeine and sugar in the form of a caffeinated candy.
Yeah.
To which Gita became super hyperactive. And next thing you know, they're jumping off a 700-foot high tower in Glenhorn's attempts to fly. Hella fucking whiplash happened. Yeah, that whiplash happened, physics happened, and boy was that fun. Good thing I gave that pass.
Mm-hmm.
That one pass.
Yeah.
Kryzen probably going to give out more passes in the future. And that is where we begin. So, you all...
Lumia just healed your asses.
Yeah, Lumia healed you guys. You all probably go off to sleep, I'm hoping.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that was one last thing I wanted to do.
Enlighten me.
I was going to send a message to Nerzen.
Go for it.
But I didn't get a chance to because I died.
You died is putting it lightly.
Yeah, what do you say?
So I say, "Hey, Nerzen. Sorry for communicating so late. Coming back tomorrow with friends. New plan to protect your territory. People will move away so you can," and I send another one, "keep it."
So is all
So no worries there.
So is all the staticky breathing part of the message, or
is there a lot of static?
It sounds like you are breathing very heavily directly into the microphone to the point of peaking it.
It's like under my chin.
That
Damn.
probably explains it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was very much
Is
a
this better?
type of deal.
My bad.
It was hilarious,
Is this
actually.
better?
Sound like a faulty radio. So it actually kind of worked out.
You can tell how tired Glenhorn is from nearly fucking dying.
This is how it's coming through in Nurse's head. It's just a radio being tuned into.
Yeah,
position.
that's why I asked.
I mean, is it out towards the word count,
Apologies.
or
Parental is sending messages.
it's all good.
It's okay. It sounds better now, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Technically, Illumia doesn't need to sleep. She just needs to chill. She just kind of sleeps for fun if she feels like it.
Very true.
So,
You just need to break from the gremlins 4 hours a day.
She doesn't need sleep, but she needs sleep.
she
so-
needs sleep because of these guys.
So, anyways, was there a question that was being asked before I had to cash for a sec?
No, it was just no worries there.
Okay.
Shit. No.
The message. The message for Nurzin.
Oh yeah, Nurzen's message.
Please.
The message for Nurzen.
Please don't eat new friends. They're here to help. They want to take care of you guys.
These are a lot of words.
I can't help but feel like you're either right about to hit the limit or past it.
No, it was 25 exactly. I was counting on my fingers.
Okay.
Oh.
So I sent 2 messages.
Oh.
Fair enough. You don't get a response.
Oh. Nurzin really did just say, fuck you.
Or Nervin's dead.
That's a possibility.
You don't know.
Uh-huh. So, no response. Okay.
I mean, shit does tend to die a lot in my game, so anything's possible. But, that being said, unless anyone wants to do anything else.
Sleep. Well, sleep with quotation marks.
Sleep with quotation marks. Then yeah.
Wait, how many spell slots do I have?
I'm terrified. Are you just gonna, like, keep giving messages until you run out of spell slots and hope they'll answer?
I think I have one more.
Oh my god.
It'll be
Slot
to
for messages.
Lyra and to tell her to have a good night.
I'll send one to Tinda.
Tinda.
Who is that again?
Who is Tinda?
Mama Rex.
Oh, Mom!
Oh, right! The mother had a name!
Yeah.
I'm so used to you only talking to Nurzin.
It's Nurzin, Tinda, and Owani.
That's right. My bad. I totally forgot that. Holy shit.
So
What do you
I'll
say?
be like,
Your husband's fucking ignoring me.
Your husband's ignoring me. Please respond.
Hey Tinda, sorry for talking so late. Are you and family okay?
There's no response.
Fuck.
You might as well talk
Not
to
really.
the kid at this rate.
Hey Owani, sorry for waking you up. Are you okay, no, that's it. I gotta sleep.
Oh my god. You all have a relatively peaceful night. Relatively said very strongly. You wake up, Kolvar gathers you all, brings you to breakfast. It's sort of like if you go to like a motel, it's sort of like that kind of, you go out, pick what you want. However, it's a lot fancier. It's mostly an assortment of, different fruits and vegetables, some breads, a little bit of meat there. You kind of, based off of how it is, you kind of get the feeling it's probably for the most part there because they're not sure what you guys eat.
Mm-hmm.
But there's definitely some there. Yeah. Then, Kolvar sits down, Ashran sits as well. He seems pretty decently rested.
Yeah, good morning, guys. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing quite well. And yourself?
Yeah, bones are back in place.
Oh, yes, I heard about what happened. Please don't.
Please don't.
Yeah.
Please don't.
Message received.
Yes, Kolvar sort of... So I take it you all had an interesting night? Was the rest of it just as chaotic, or did you actually go to sleep? I don't know what you all do.
No, we went to sleep. Or at least I did.
Thank the gods for that.
At least I did.
What about you, Gira?
What?
What?
I said, what about you, Gira?
Oh, Gito's making himself as small as possible because he still feels very bad for everything that happened.
Oh no!
Oh, Bobby.
Gira? What happened?
No,
No. That's a mood.
I'm sorry.
Next time you want some gummies, they'll put you to sleep.
Wait a second. What is he offering?
Melatonin gummies.
Oh my god, no!
Melatonin gummy.
Hey kids, you want some melatonin gummies?
There's only one
You'll
copper piece.
feel real nice at the end. Kolvar kind of looks over at you, Gira. It's not a worry, honest. It's really no problem, Gira. Don't worry. It's surprisingly become normal ever since meeting you all.
Oof.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think I pulled a couple candies out of this bag a while ago that smelled kind of funny. They kind of smelled like a plant.
Oh no! He
You know, I ate it, and I felt totally fine.
We're currently sitting at the table, right?
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Gito's under the table now.
Oh. Ashran kind of joins you.
Oh my god.
He gives like a little pat on the back. He just sits next to you.
Horn found the fucking edibles. Oh god.
You just said candies. You didn't say what kind of candies.
I mean,
I did say
considering you just
generally
mentioned-
candy. I didn't think you were gonna go that route, but it was definitely an option.
to be fair, Joey, you are known for your gummies.
Flintstone vitamins.
Ugh, man, these Flintstone gummies hitting kind of hard though.
What are the Flintstones? I don't know, but they hit hard, man.
Stone Age, more like Stoned Age. You know what I'm saying? As you guys are...
I also tried messaging Nurzin and Tinda yesterday before I went to sleep, and there was no response.
Nurzin was the Rex, correct?
Yeah, that's Papa Rex and Tinda's Mama Rex.
Ah. I see. Well, let's hope they're willing to cooperate when we get back.
Well, you know, if they're alive, they should have heard it, so it should be fine. If they're not, we got a whole other problem.
If they're alive, but we'll be out there to kill them.
What?
What would be out there to kill a fucking Tyrannosaurus Rex outside of you three?
I was going to say we did.
Well, of course you did, but you tend to be the exception for most things around this continent.
Poachers? Maybe? Or...
I suppose anything is possible, but...
Maybe the Big Papa, took a wrong step and crushed half the town.
You think your god of life is walking around stomping on his own creations and killing them?
I mean, accidentally, but, you never know.
It's rather ironic, don't you think?
It's kind of like the panda bears when they have their babies, they just roll onto them and accidentally kill their babies.
It is quite ironic. The god of life causes a lot of death.
I mean, he's also the god of nature, so nature's not always pretty.
I suppose you're not wrong on that.
At panda bears.
I suppose you're not wrong.
Luna's just having breakfast quietly. She's just listening.
Very
Actually,
fair.
I got a couple of funny stories about the cruelty of nature from my forest.
Oh god.
Let me give you some insightful information.
Do tell.
Oh my god.
So you see, one time I found these two squirrels stuck together. I don't really know what happened to them. It's just that there seemed to be this weird black tar-like substance applied to their skin, and they didn't exactly like cooperating. So it kind of ended with them on the end of a stick and cooked for breakfast.
So you found two squirrels that were tied together and decided to cook them?
I was hungry.
Where's the comedy in that, if I might ask?
I said insightful, I didn't say funny.
You know what, fair enough, that was my misunderstanding. Remind me to never be near you with a thing of tar then.
Well, I mean, I took the tar off, but...
That doesn't make it any better. As right after he says that, the doors are thrust open, and in, as bright and excitable as ever, is Ezron. He sort of walks in and gives a bow. Well, how are y'all doing on this fine morning? Heard you had a wee bit of an accident last night. It sounded quite funny.
Oh yeah, I'm intact now.
If Gira could cast invisibility, he would be invisible.
Oh no. Well, you have to tell me more details about it as we have a fine breakfast here. He goes over and sits down across from you guys, not realizing that both Gira and Ashrin are under the chair, so he kind of kicks his foot on Ashrin. What the?
Oh no.
He looks under, sees the two. What are you two doing in there, if I might ask?
Okay, at that, I'm gonna reach under the table and grab Gira's shoulder and cast invisibility.
Okay.
That's it.
I will say as much as, yes, Gira is invisible, he still knows Gira is there until Gira moves.
So yeah, let's Gira move.
Yeah, like, Gira doesn't necessarily is, like, unknown to location.
I never know how invisibility works. Does Gira know that Gira is invisible?
I don't know. I've never thought about invisibility like that.
What does the spell
Do
say?
you yourself see yourself?
Well, what does the spell specifically say?
Okay, let me give it a quick look. A creature you touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on the target person. And the spell ends for a target that attacks or casts a spell.
You would know that you're invisible because you would not be able to see yourself.
Okay, you hear a shout from under the table.
Yeah, I do that. Cool.
Not like a super loud shout, just like a.
Everyone kind of jumps except for Caitlin. She seems a bit more out of it than she was last night. She doesn't care. She sits down and starts eating. And so does the good doctor.
Jacob's gonna go sit in the corner, invisible.
Oh.
Are you trying to be undetected, or are you just moving?
Yes.
Give me stealth. Give me a stealth roll then.
What
Does
is 7
invisibility
plus 19?
give advantage to it? Or?
What is 7 plus 19? Is that 26?
That's 26.
You're fine.
Okay, 26.
Yeah, you're fucking fine. You go off. Ashrin kind of like feels around in the air, kind of trying to figure out if you're there. Realizes you're gone. Just kind of gives a little bit of a sigh before sitting back up in his chair, or a different chair.
Pops up.
And Ashrin pops up and sits where Gira was sitting before because Gira is gone and Adrian is sitting in his chair.
Lumi is just gonna kind of. She hasn't been paying full attention, so she just kind of is watching this out of the corner of her eyes, and then does a double take when Ashton's sitting in his chair.
Honestly, very fair.
She's focusing on that food.
Fix all that. Hell yeah. You guys are able to eat for a few minutes or do anything that you would like.
Yeah, she's eating.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna continue eating and maintain concentration on invisibility for the next hour.
Fair. Next hour. Good to know. I was actually just about to ask that. A few minutes pass. Y'all enjoy your breakfast. It's quite delicious, actually. I didn't mention it before, but there's also like a couple like breakfast pastries with fruit fillings and some powdered sugar. They're quite delightful. Then Kolvar sort of gives a clap. You see that same server from the previous night. He comes out, takes Kolvar's plates, and Kolvar puts some maps out. He puts some maps out onto the table. Well, I suppose we should discuss the game plan. We have to make our way over to what used to be Ascot. Is there anything we should know about what we're going to run into there before we actually head out? Considering how the surprise was last time that you've made friends with Tyrannosaurus Rexes. I would feel much more comfortable not being in the dark on anything that we might run into there.
That moment, that's everything we literally know.
Alright, let me give you the rundown. So, we got Ernest stomping around.
Where
we got Nurzin and his family.
Mm-hmm.
We killed 3 other ones. And then at one point, there was a weird big thing meandering about the inn you found us by. And it dug back into the ground. I don't know what it was. I didn't bother following it.
What did it look like?
I didn't see it. I just heard it, and then I went outside, and there was a big hole in the ground.
We might have to look into that. Well, I suppose as long as it doesn't pose an immediate threat. No?
And then, about a mile away from town, up on a hill, there was another dinosaur with big plates on its body and a big club tail.
He looks over at the doctor. The doctor just kind of, without looking up from his breakfast, probably an Ankylosaurus.
Let me just confirm that one. Like, yep.
Kolvar just gives a... Okay. An Ankylosaurus. Good to know. We do have a carnivore and a herbivore enclosure that were already previously set up, if I'm not mistaken. Adrian kind of looks over. Oh yeah, exactly. We got a couple pens that are set up, as well as a few buildings that we're in the process of working on. It's definitely going to be a bit of time before it's all up and ready, fully operational. However, we should be able to by the end of the month if we really want to. Get the entire place working.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
Yes, if you don't mind my asking, how involved do you plan on being?
Alright.
How involved do you plan on being? I mean, we could certainly use as much help as possible, but it would definitely be nice to set the parameters for how often we can expect you.
Well, you see, I still got to solve the whole end of the world business, otherwise there's no point in doing this. So, at least on my end, occasionally, I'll come back. I'll be active in the beginning to help set things up, but once everything's good and ready to go, I got other business to attend to first.
Fair enough. Nothing wrong with having multiple ventures. What about the other two? One of you? He looks at Illumia, kind of looks around, realizes Gira is gone, then just looks at Illumia.
I'll be about as active as Glenhorn, essentially.
Alright, good to know. Kolvar gives a bit of a relieved sigh. Then he pulls out he was kind of hard to tell what the sigh of relief was at exactly. It could be fair. That we're finally getting things going. It could be, thank fuck, I'm not going to have to see them every other week. Kind of hard to tell.
Of course, because I'm going to have to spend so much time with Kolvar trying to determine my next course of action to save the world.
I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, and I'm not going to be a good reference for anything you're trying to do with your magical mumbo-jumbo.
Magical mumbo-jumbo.
Reaches down, slams a big stack of papers.
Lyra said it was okay.
She did, and I will be as helpful. She did, and I will be as helpful as I can. However, my specific knowledge on it is rather limited.
Yeah, that's no problem. Don't worry about it.
Glenhorn pulled the whole mom told me.
My mom said you would.
Oh my God, you're right.
That's exactly what he did, and it worked.
Mom told me it's my turn on the Xbox.
Now, I suppose only Gira will remember this, but last time she went into commission for the government here, there was not a name of which to call you mercenaries by. Has that happened to have changed, Gira? He's sort of looking around. Or am I still calling you no one? I need to put something here for your names.
I do not know. You just hear a disembodied voice.
The reality is Gira's just running circles around, so it sounds like it's a disembodied voice, but it's really just running in circles.
There's the pitter-patter of goblin feet on the ground in circles.
Kolvar gives kind of a disheartened sigh and looks at Illumia and Glenhorn. Do any of you happen to have an idea of what I can call you three? Because just putting the nobodies or no one or nobody is going to make it so much harder for reference in the future.
I think we're good enough.
Yeah, that sounds good. We're good enough. Or the good enough. If you need a particular distinction.
I took that opportunity.
I love you so much.
Yeah, we're not some big haughty group that deserves a fancy name.
I'm so proud of
Oh,
myself.
I am quite aware. However, paperwork dictates otherwise. I hate that I am writing this right now.
Good enough.
The good enough. She writes it down. It is a wonder how you've all survived this long. Sort of takes the papers, puts them back off to the side.
Disembodied laughter.
Disembodied that. Just all around the
room. Disembodied stuff is going to be the same jiggling excitement.
Dear God.
Disembodied jiggling.
Kill me. Well, I suppose finish all of your breakfasts. I'm going to go set up a caravan for us to take to get back to Ascot, or what used to be. I'll see you all in maybe an hour or so.
Maybe.
Be ready. Do whatever you need to do before leaving. I'll leave you all to it. He walks out. Ashford kind of proudly follows. What was that, Jess?
Gira gives a thumbs up, realizes no one can see it, and just runs.
That's glorious. Fucking I.
I am proud of that delivery.
Glenhorn is going to scarf down the rest of his food and then quickly dismiss himself because he's got stuff to do.
Yeah.
What kind of flying does he have to do in this meantime?
Good evening.
Well, I am going to fly in the castle, but I got stuff to do.
Oh, yay.
I'd say Illumia has stuff to do, but she's fucking broke, so she can't do any cool artificer stuff.
That's fair. So, for the sake of ripping off the Band-Aid, Glenhorn, what are you doing?
Okay.
No dancing around it. Let's just see what you got.
I'm gonna make an attempt to find the Queen's room again.
Oh, Jesus.
Roll investigation at disadvantage.
Okay.
Because you don't know this fucking castle that well. Like, you maybe know some parts of it. This is the kind of castle where it's like you have to live here to know where you're going.
That's a 1.
You have no fucking idea. You are, if anything, more lost than you were last time you tried.
Wait, it was objectively better than the first time.
It is objectively...
The first time was 0.
Oh, right, the first time was a 0. You're not as lost, but you still somehow manage your way back into the tree room.
Oh my gosh. How far away is the library? Not the one in the castle, but the one that we went to originally.
It's like an hour away.
Yeah, it's outside of the city.
If you were running at max speed, you could probably make it 45 minutes. Because your running speed's 40, right? You could make it in about 45 minutes. I mean, you do have an hour, so you could technically do that and then meet up with the others while they're traveling without any issue. So I guarantee you'll be running faster than the caravan.
Yeah, okay. Gira will write out a little note. And then once the paper leaves his hand, he said, is Illumia still at the table?
She probably finished up and started heading back to her room.
Can you read what you're writing?
Roll intelligence to see if you can write a proper note.
That's a 19. That was almost 3, but it decided to be an 18 instead. So it's a 19.
I'll give it to you. You get it at least legible. It's not exactly the most clear, but Illumia would probably be able to decipher it.
Great. Gira basically wakes up, going to the library. We'll meet up later. Don't wait. And then would like to just, I don't know, follow Illumia and put the note in.
Reverse pickpocket.
Yeah, put the note in her pocket, but like definitely make sure she notices that there's movement in a pocket.
But also
so that
not
she can
notice
see the note.
Tapes it to her back like a kick me, like a kick me note.
I'll say, Illumia, you probably notice. You get the note in, since you're not trying to be sneaky about it or anything.
I'm purposely trying to not be sneaky.
Yeah. So, yeah, you probably notice, Illumia. You just feel a little hand go into your pocket, and there seems to be something left behind.
She will go check what it is.
It's the note with the exact message that was written. It's a little bit scriggly. You can see that it's like some of the line is messed up. It's not exactly even or anything, but it's legible.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just Gear's normal writing.
I mean, to be fair,
it's a little bit worse than normal because you had no form of coordination on it.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair,
do people normally look at what they're writing?
Some people do.
I generally do, because otherwise I start going down the page.
That's wild. Okay, that's a new.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't always, unless I'm like trying to think of what I'm writing, but some people do. And I assume if you're entirely invisible,
it makes stuff hard. Because I try to do the same thing when taking notes.
Yeah, if you're trying to look for a frame of reference of anything, you would be fucked. It's entirely guesswork.
So it's basically saying that Gear is going to the library, right?
To the library.
Library.
And then that he'll meet up with us later.
Yeah.
Reading Rainbow.
Alright.
Reading Rainbow.
To be fair, I don't think Illumia can really judge. She's a scholar. Scholars have very messy notes sometimes.
I thought that was doctors.
Yeah, that's usually just a thing with smart people, is that their handwriting progressively gets worse. The more degrees they have.
Damn. No wonder my handwriting's good.
No, my handwriting's really shit.
It's really small.
No, mine's a mess. Sometimes I'm like, is that an A or a U? Is that an L or what the fuck is that?
Rip my decent handwriting.
There was a bench in that little park with the really old tree, right?
Yeah, there's maybe 1 or 2 benches in there.
May be broken now, considering an 8-foot.
No.
Glenhorn.
I think that was in front of the cafe where we landed.
Glenhorn didn't fall. No, you did fall in that area. You can actually see a little bit of a crater where you and Gira kind of went splat.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, okay. No, you messed up the ground a bit. There was some growth that went back in after Gira's rage, if I'm not mistaken, but not enough to fix it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Gira.
If anything, it's just an overgrown patch with a hole in it. It's like random spills everywhere. Not at all uniform like it was before.
I'm gonna go there. I will greet the tree again.
Get a little bit of a warm breeze to responding kind.
Yeah, sorry for leaving the crate over here. It was an accident, but I'm gonna try and fix it right now.
It seems indifferent to the whole.
Okay.
It seems indifferent to the whole, he says.
Are there any, hand-sized rocks in this courtyard?
No.
There's no rocks?
Not really. There's, some small pebbles that line some of the areas, but there's not, a rock.
Okay. Is, the part of the bench where you sit, Does it have like slats to where you can see through it, or is it solid like a stone one?
Solid.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to sit down, write a letter.
Mm-hmm.
The letter will say, "Here's for yesterday from Glenhorn," with like a really shoddily drawn picture of my face,
Mm-hmm.
with like its tongue sticking out to the side with a big thumbs up.
Uh-huh.
And I'll take out a little pouch and put in an assortment of candies
Oh no.
and tie it off there.
Uh-huh.
And then I'll put it in the, like, tucked underneath the bench in like a spot that's kind of out of line of sight.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll put the letter right there with it. Well, actually, I'll put the pouch on the letter so it doesn't blow away.
Okay.
Then went to the store.
Yeah, you do that.
I know. My Rigby. There's nobody here.
Is there anything else
And
you'd
then-
like to do?
Yeah, my bad. My brother opened the door.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I will then sit down and I will send a message
Who are you sending a message to?
to Lyra.
Okay.
Oh,
What do you
he's
say?
leaving candy for her.
I'll say, let me get my counting fingers out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Lyra. Good morning. It's me, Glenhorn. Left you a treat under the bench by the old tree in the courtyard. Courtyard's in the word. He's a real nice tree. And that's 25 words.
You got 3 left.
Oh, I got 3 left? Okay.
Yeah, you got 3 left. I remember to count this time.
I said under the bench, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Hope you like.
Instantly better.
Oh my gosh.
Fucking let me roll for something.
There's no response.
No.
I'm dead! No!
There isn't a response, however. you do see as there's a bit of a flash of light at the base of the tree, almost in the shape of a door. And out of it steps Lyra.
Wait a second. Wait a fucking second. That's her room right the fucking there.
The tree itself is in her room. It is the passageway, though.
Oh, it's a good thing.
Oh!
Imagine we accidentally destroyed the fucking tree.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I really hope not.
It is the passageway to her room, and she steps out. Well,
Glenhorn, like, looks up, confounded.
Good morning, Glenhorn. I received your message, and I was about to step out anyways, so, I suppose it worked out.
Tree, you step out.
Oh, there's a passageway to my room, at the base of the tree.
Oh, alright. That's nice.
Yeah.
I I didn't know if you were awake or not. I'm sorry. I kind of assumed you'd be busy with queenly duties, so I left a little treat here for you, and like at the end of the day when you have time.
Oh.
But I guess you're here now. So.
Honestly, I would have slept in longer, but Kolvar doesn't let me.
I figured. I'll reach under the bench and take out the pouch with the letter.
She'll sort of reach over and take it. She reads the note. That's very sweet of you, Glenhorn.
Yeah, I figured this would be a good way of getting it to you, and since you couldn't take it in the throne room, yeah, throne room.
Well, thank you very much. Let me go put this in my room real quick. She goes. The flash of light dissipates. And after another second, she walks back out and closes behind her. I suppose you're on your way then?
Yeah, we'll be leaving in a little while. I was just making the rounds around the castle, trying to figure out what else I may need.
Oh, well. Good luck to you. I hope you all stay safe. I look forward to seeing you all again. You're quite funny, to say the least.
Hey, thank you. Oh, no, I just realized. Sorry for putting a crater outside your door.
So that was the commotion I was being told about.
Yeah, you see that tower up there?
Mm-hmm.
I jumped off that trying to give like a ride for Gira when he was strapped to my back. It didn't work out.
How did you get up there to begin with?
I start floating and like Sonic. I'll spin dash my way around the park.
Oh, I didn't realize you could use it to get up that high.
Oh yeah, as long as it's dark out, I can go as far as I want.
Huh. You just keep getting more and more interesting.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I'm glad I could see you before we had to go.
I was glad to see you as well.
And I'll be happy to see you again when we get back.
I look forward to it.
All right. Have a good day, Lyra, and good luck with whatever duties you must attend to today.
And same to you. With Kolvar going out to escort you guys, I have a lot more work to do, so I better get started. She gives a small wave before going off into one of the other hallways.
Yeah, actually, speaking of which, hey, Lyra.
She looks over.
You know how for the moment we're working pretty closely with Kolvar and your kingdom at the moment?
Yeah.
I know you and Kolvar are always looking for more help. I was thinking of maybe taking up a permanent position, maybe.
Oh?
Yeah. Like you said, having a band of or was it Kolvar that said that? Either way, having a band of mercenaries at your beck and call is certainly offer a lot of flexibility. But I think also being tied with your kingdom to a degree could also really help in me preventing everyone from dying.
Roll persuasion.
Oh yeah, and also we're trying to find Kolvar a secretary to help out with his workload too. We'll keep an eye out.
Sadly, Kolvar would never allow it. I've tried. Trust me.
He may never allow it. Doesn't mean his friends won't do it.
I look forward to seeing how that one turns out.
That's a 17?
She gives a bit of a saddened smile. If it were any other time, honestly, I would jump at the opportunity. You all seem like nice people. However, being tied to us isn't exactly safe at the moment. That makes yourself a target, and seeing how you tend to be pretty close to the border where the current battles are happening. I would rather not see you all getting hurt. However, should things turn for the better on our side, I'm sure Kovar could find you something.
Alright. You know, we're no strangers to danger, though, so don't be worried to give us the odd call to send us into whatever you may need to deal with. Or even if it's just picking up donuts down the street.
I'm quite aware, and I'm sure we'll probably have need for you soon, to be quite honest. However, it's more the being officially tied to the kingdom right now.
I understand. Alright. Bye.
She gives a small wave, heads into the hallway, and disappears.
But that went well. I'm gonna spin dash my way to a guard.
Oh my god.
Sure, but really quick. Gira, what are you doing?
Oh, we're booking into that library.
Of course. It takes
You're
you
invisible.
about 45 minutes, and you get there.
Zoom.
Joey, we
You
need your
do be
input in
Newman.
general chat.
Okay, this is a... Am I still invisible?
Yep, for another 15 minutes.
You're probably invisible for another 15 minutes. Unless there's
Okay.
a range on invisibility, but I don't think there is.
There's not.
No,
There's
no.
not.
You're invisible for another 15 minutes.
Okay.
Where, Emma?
In the
Alright.
general chat.
This will make everything a little bit more complicated. Alright.
Wait, what? I'm so
Scroll up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So we're gonna open the door
Mm-hmm.
and walk up to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anyone at the front desk? Let's start there.
The same librarian as before?
Is there anyone else I can talk to?
Do a perception check real quick.
I can't see shit.
You can't see
That's
shit.
it. Yeah, no, it's a 12. So no, it's
No.
just this guy.
Yeah, it's just a librarian.
Sigh.
He seems to be reasonably delved into his work. He kind of gave a glance when the door opened, but doesn't seem to really care.
Can I poke him? Is he close enough to be poked? Is he in poking range?
You're 2 feet tall, trying to go over a maybe 3 to 4 foot high desk. You're already basically peeking over it like a little kid. You can fucking try it. You could also just walk around. So I guess it depends on if you want to reach over or walk around.
I want to walk around and poke him.
Roll the poke.
What am I rolling?
Dex.
It's a
General
7.
Dex.
Okay, so it's a 11.
Oh shit. You go to poke him, and he, like, fucking
Has a
Mr.
heart.
Miyagi style, reaches out and grabs your hand.
Oh,
This works too.
And he sort of looks over at where you are. Who the hell are you, and what are you doing in my library?
I am invisible. That part is complicated. I need to look at your books, though.
Oh, the goblin! He lets go. Why are you invisible?
It is a long story.
I work in this fucking library. Long stories are all I know.
He has a point, though.
Well, my friend jumped off a building last night, nearly died, and I went through the halls to try and find someone to not have him die. And in doing so, I caused a little bit of chaos in the classroom, and I felt very in the classroom. In the castle. I felt very bad. So Glenghorn turned me invisible this morning because I was hiding under the table.
Wasn't a long story, but that sure is entertaining. So that's what I was hearing about from Kolovar when he was freaking out this morning.
Oh no.
Fair enough. Go have a look, get what you need. Just run it by me before you leave. Some of these books are rather old and precious. So we can't necessarily let out just any book. But based off of the selection you found the other day, you're probably fine. Never hurts to be safe, though. Go on.
Would you know where?
No.
Would you know where I would be able to find something on a red-skinned, golden-horned, tailed man who appears in dreams?
That is very specific.
Yes.
Do you have any idea of what race this man happened to be? The gold horns is a bit off-putting, but I assuming you're talking about some sort of tiefling.
Does Gira know what race this guy was?
Also, roll a general intelligence, because he was mostly concealed.
I mean, that's not terrible. It's a 15.
It's probably a tiefling.
It is probably a tiefling. He was hidden by a cloak.
I mean, we got a section on tieflings towards the back. If he's any figure of note, you could probably find it there.
Okay.
Anything else you're happening to look for specifically, or?
No, just this. He threatened me in my dreams, so I would like to know who he is.
Oh.
You know, I would say I want to ask. I
It's
really
complicated.
don't. I'm not interested. Go on. Go. Look at your books.
I'm fucking threatening you after you read. Maybe Gira just needs to fill his brain with just like a lot of useless facts. And so maybe the demon guy is like, this is not worth even being in Gira's head.
I mean, Gira's brain is already so chaotic. The fact that he was in there as long as he was is kind of amazing.
Very fair. So, yeah. You go to the back. You find, with some ease, you note that towards the back it gets a little less organized. You assume that's probably because stuff doesn't get taken from there as often, so no one bothers to really clean it up.
No fair.
Outside of the general cleanings. Roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Tasty. That is a 19.
There's a lot of different tieflings. Most of them kind of a lot of them are known for their sort of mischievous pranks and stuff. Definitely none that enter your dreams and threaten you. Definitely none of those.
Definitely none of those that do that.
Definitely none of those. Also, not really any that seem to like match the physical description. Like, usually, especially with like their horns, they're the same color as the rest of the tiefling usually. There might be a couple. What's the word I'm thinking of? Yes, there are a few deviations from that sort of general rule. However, none of them are like red with gold horns specifically. However, I will say, usually the ones that do seem to have this deviation, it usually has something to do with their heritage. What specifically they're born from, what type of demon mixed with the other thing. So it all depends. But not much more specific than that.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. That's great. That is great. Anyways.
Oh my god, that's perfect. That's perfect.
That's amazing. Back to
it's so accurate.
Oh yeah. So back to Glenhorn.
Yeah. Speaking of Glenhorn,
You go up to a guard.
the Kovar.
What do you do to this poor guard? And as you walk up to him, you notice he kind of stiffens up when he sees you. Like he's probably been debriefed that you're not some sort of mythical creature going around hunting people. But also, he still kind of believes that you might be a mythical creature going around hunting people.
That brings up a really good point. I'm not walking up to him. I'm like in that tucked knees to my chest like a ball, slowly rolling down towards him, like in the middle floating.
Yeah, hence the obvious discomfort of him and literally anyone else that goes through that hall and notices you.
So I'll slowly roll in front of him.
He stands at attention.
And then
he stiffens
turning
up.
my body slowly towards, so my face is towards him.
A drip of sweat goes down his face.
And then I'll expand into like my full form.
Glenhorn, sir, how can I help you?
I was actually wondering, you guys got fancy armor and all that, right? Who exactly is the person that makes it in this building?
There's an armory towards the front of the castle that issues all the soldiers their gear.
Watch it be Uthir's fucking forge right there.
They wouldn't happen to have any suits of armor in like my size, would they?
He looks down. He looks at you. He looks at like the guard at the end of the hall. He looks at you. How soon are you trying to get it?
I'm leaving in about 30 minutes, but it was more out of curiosity.
Definitely
Maybe
not.
I can get it on the round, on the trip back.
Definitely not. Usually, we're all roughly the same size, and you are quite large. If you're going to try and get something, you might need to get it custom ordered from the forge. That'll probably take some money and time.
We don't got money, but we do got time.
Other than that,
All right.
my apologies, but no, there probably isn't anything there.
No, it's all right.
Go.
I was just gonna say I'll just go ask Glenn about what the price may be.
No, of course. I should let you know there are other general forges and armor shops that are around the town. You can definitely go find some on your own, should you be that interested in procuring any. The castle is the only place that has armor.
I've mostly only just met Jenkins, so I haven't seen much others.
You met Jenkins?
Oh yeah, he gave me this crystal here.
Just takes the whole crystal out.
What is that?
Yeah, I
There's
don't
like
know.
a red dragon coming towards us, and
You know, I sat down on a wall over at the edge of the city for a night after the undead attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was transported up into the sky where the stars are. And then a colossal dragon the size of several stars appeared and then coiled its body around me. It said it saw me, and then I teleported back here.
Scar isn't paid enough to deal with this.
But you know, I told him my name, so I think we'll be friends soon enough.
He isn't paid enough to handle this.
Very good, sir. Armor is that way.
Thank you very much. What's your name there?
Roll persuasion at disadvantage.
In the meantime, you have time to go randomly generate another name.
Oh no, I have a list. It's more of, is this guy comfortable enough to give out his name?
Fuck!
No.
Damn it. I got a natural 20 and then a 10.
Aw, ripperoni.
Oof.
So that's a 15.
I'm not sure if I should be deliberating that information. You are still technically a civilian, a dangerous one at that. And I would... Kolvar gets away with it. I'm not sure if I could get away with being associated with you guys in any formal capacity. What is that way?
I don't buy it, but okay. Thank you anyway.
I only fall off giant buildings.
You want some chocolate?
I'm on duty. I really can't.
Okay. I'll tuck into a spin dash and slowly go down the hall.
Is he fucking
to the armory?
Right now?
Just as soon as you're down the hallway. He fucking dashes down the other side of down the other hallway. Almost as if he's been told some very pressing information that he might want to report to the general.
Oh no.
My presence tainted.
Regarding a giant fucking space dragon that might be coming to this location.
Nah.
You say that. Ugh, gotta fix my goddamn hair.
He's my friend. He's here to help.
The literal menacing aura.
It wasn't menacing. It was just red. I haven't judged people.
Turns out he just lacks the fucking social cues.
This is
No,
definitely
he's
why.
fucking dumb.
This
He's insightful. It's just he'd like to think people aren't mean.
This is definitely the sort of reasoning why most of the villains are confused by you guys or think you're a joke in some capacity. They don't know how to handle you guys. They are so off-put. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. You roll your way into the forge. There's someone in there clanking away.
Yeah, hello there. My name's Glenhorn.
Let me do something real quick.
Stabs me with a hammer.
Where is it?
Oh.
Okay.
Jenkins!
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Hi, my name Jenkins.
He looks up, sort of pulls off the face covering. Yeah, it's fucking Jenkins.
Oh, Jenkins!
Hey, how you doing there? Going on? Hey, you doing there? I hear you've been jumping off of buildings.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get a handle on my flight.
That should not really well for you, didn't it?
And nope.
So what can I do for you? I'm doing a favor for a friend, Summer in the force today.
Oh.
Well, actually, we already spoke about it before, so I'm going to get the same answer.
Depends on the
It
question.
was about commissioning a set of plate armor for my size.
Yeah, you can definitely do it. There's enough material here. It might take a couple days.
Yeah, it's fine. I should be gone for a couple days, too.
By a couple days, I mean maybe a week.
Yeah, it's fine.
Alright, how much gold you got?
Oh.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I have no gold, so I gotta go get it first and then come.
Come back when you got gold.
Yep. Bye, Jenkins.
Later, fucker. Goes back to work.
That's all I had to do. I'm gonna go wait for the cart.
Fair enough. Lumia, was there anything you wanted to do?
She might have walked around a little bit, tried to see if she could still try to remember something. Because you mentioned that it felt.
It did.
So.
Roll me a general intelligence check.
General intelligence. Okay. I had to deconstruct my felt tray for a second, so.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Monolumi. Don't be fucking stupid again. God fucking damn it. I hate these dice. I'm gonna need to, like, get them fucking blessed or something, because it's a nat 1 plus 4 is a 5.
Nothing.
I hate these fucking dice. I swear to... This is our 6th nat 1!
Yeah.
In 2 weeks!
That's, yeah, nah, you don't remember anything. It's still...
Right.
It feels like something is there, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
Uh-huh. God.
So...
Dice! Me dice.
A little bit of time passes. The caravan gets together. You begin traveling westward from Analsaran. You reach the crossroads where both the city and the tower, the roads to both meet. That's where Gira runs up to you all. And with that,
Hello.
we're entering our first day of travel. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Crying, all these dice are rolling low.
Fair enough.
I'm just rolling and I'm just not hitting even 10.
Oh god. Send them to dice jail.
I might as well.
Dice jail. Buy new dice.
That was a 3!
Okay, yeah, that's dice jail from now on.
Oh, thank God, an 18. Okay, we're good.
What about you, Gira and Glenhorn?
Lumia's just vibing.
Colo's here with us, right?
Kolvar is there with you.
Did he have anything to say about the space dragon?
I'm checking if there's anything you guys want to do before he brings it up.
Okay.
At some point, Gira or... Oh my gosh, this mic. Hi.
Yeah, that was a double cutout special.
It was a good time. Gira wants to tell Lumia and Glenhorn about Mr. Golden Horned Red Man.
Mr. Goldenhorn, Red.
Yeah, you do that.
Excellent. You are now aware of the situation.
Interesting. Lumia's just gonna jot notes about that.
Fair enough.
He asked if we know anything about it?
What?
Or just telling us
Or he
about
filled us in?
Yeah, Gira filled you in.
Okay. Well, that's unsettling.
It is very unsettling.
Do I have any knowledge of Ernest Incorporated about
Ernest.
red figures with gold horn?
Here's a question, Jess. Do you tell them specifically about what was talked about in the dream, or do you just tell them about the figure appearing in your dreams?
Oh no, literally everything.
I mean, genocide, world ending. There's that sort of clicker, but nothing that Ernest specifically is involved with that would involve a golden horned red man.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know anything about Golden Horde Redman.
That is okay. I just figured you should be aware.
Oh, thank you.
Just gonna... Anyways, yeah. A little... yeah. So, towards the end of the day, Colvard is sort of... he turns around. Glenhorn, do you mind if I ask you something?
Oh, yeah, what's up?
So, one of my guards came to me and reported some unsettling news. Did you happen to be talking to a apparently multiple star-sized dragon?
I mean, I wouldn't say actively talking. It was more like a one-time interaction. But I have hopes we can be friends.
Right, and the thing said it saw you?
Yeah. I mean, when you're floating out among the stars, I think, you notice when things aren't right.
Alright, and you told it your name.
Yeah, I said, hi, my name's Glenhorn, nice to meet you.
Did you happen to tell it where you were at all?
No.
Oh, thank the gods.
It just kind of went, I was focusing on this here crystal that Jenkins gave me. And at some point I wound up in the stars, and then there was this giant space cloud that turned red and then became a dragon, and the dragon came down, slithered around me, and I told it my name, I introduced myself, it said, I see you, and then I popped back here.
Lumia's just gonna look up I now see why we don't need to sleep.
I'm not entirely sure if I even want to try and unwrap that.
Good news is, though, I figured out this crystal here can take me just about anywhere I want, incredibly fast.
You know what I realized, though? There's a lot of themes of red so far. The red man, and now there's a red dragon.
There's a lot more red, actually. That's something I didn't think about until just now. There's a lot of red.
I'm like, this is a theme. And then green is color opposite of red.
Dude, there's a lot of red and green. This is a Christmas campaign. You solved the riddle. No.
Green means good, red is bad. I'm like that guy who's pointing at the fucking board with all the lines connected.
I'm connecting the dots. You've connected none of the dots. I'm connecting the dots.
I'm actually moving my arms around to point in different directions.
I can see it.
This is making sense.
I'll go so far as saying that was definitely unintentional. Thank you for pointing that out, though.
But now it can be intentional.
Now it can be.
Maybe.
Sorry,
yeah.
So, well, actually, this crystal doesn't let me go wherever I want. If I've been to a place before, I can use it, and it takes me back to that spot.
I see. You know what? I'm not going to ask. I'm going to assume it's fine and leave it all to you.
Yeah.
With that, he'll turn back around. You guys are traveling with accompaniment, so there's not going to be any random encounters.
Oh,
So,
fuck
is
yeah.
there anything you'd like to do on the second day?
Well, Lumia is going back to her research, trying to figure out her researchy stuff as much as she can from where she's sitting.
Fair enough.
Glenhorn is going to talk to Gira.
Okay.
Am I muted? I forgot.
No, you're not muted. What do you say?
Okay.
Just
hey,
my roommate was walking through.
I super did not catch that.
Hi, Gira.
Hello.
Remember that strange cloaked figure we saw in the graveyard?
Yes.
It seemed you happen to know him.
He's a jerk.
I figured. He's dead, right? Supposed to be.
Preferably should be dead, but seems to be in a state of existence.
I am not really smart enough to properly answer that question.
Alright. Could you fill...
Old enough to the point where he should, in theory, be dead, yes.
Alright. Could you fill me in as to your interactions with him? I think it might be connected to what I'm looking for.
I fill him in on everything.
You're filled on and everything.
Alright, guys, I think we got another destination. An actual solid connection to go for it. Oh, that's on the next order of business.
Clovar kind of looks back at Gira. You said that you were working for archaeologists.
It is complicated.
I mean, I suppose everything is nowadays, but... Really?
At one point, yes.
You amaze me in all of the best and worst possible ways.
It is part of my
looking
charm.
at the road. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, quick question. Is Car the only one that's driving?
It's Clovar and Ashrin.
Okay.
There's also a couple guards that are in there with you, but they're kind of like staying on the opposite side of the cart from you guys.
When Clovar is not driving, is he actually sleeping, or did he bring paperwork with him?
He absolutely
There's paperwork.
Friend Clovar,
Yes.
you need to sleep. I will take the reins.
Don't.
Yes.
I will take your phone.
Ashrin currently has them. I'm just doing paperwork. If Ashrin's driving, I'm doing paperwork.
No.
If you're driving, I'm going to do paperwork. I have a lot of things I need to get done, especially if we're going to set up this preserve before, hopefully, the end of the week, maybe the end of the month.
A 30-minute cat nap will not hurt.
No, I'm quite fine, thank you.
I hate you so much.
We're gonna send it.
You and I need to know it.
It's a part of my charm.
Do the guards that are with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're sitting so far apart from us, do they still think me? Are they guards that think of Gira and Glenhorn as cryptids?
They all fucking think you're cryptids. In fact, you... Not in this cart, but you recognize in the other cart, one of the ones that's driving it was the one you talked to before.
Oh no, poor guy.
He looks extremely uncomfortable. They all do.
Oh, hey, would you look at that? We're on the same mission together.
He sees you look at him and kind of like tries to look away.
Nice to meet you again. My name is Glenhorn.
He is on the other cart, so
It'll be a pleasure getting to know you over the next week or month.
They all kind of like eye you, side eye you, and it's like, yeah, cool. Please stop talking. They don't actually say that, but you kind of get the vibe.
I'm insightful. I can figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're just like, yeah, cool. You scare the fuck out of me.
That's only gonna get worse the longer they're with us. Because I was gonna say,
oh yeah,
every night that falls and we set up camp, they're gonna see my eyes go all starry. Mm-hmm. They're gonna see me wander into the woods, and eventually they'll see flashes of shadow over the tree line.
Yeah.
As Goodwin goes flying by and just messing around.
Yeah, they are very uncomfortable with the idea of working with all of you.
Even Lumia, damn.
No, not so much a Lumia, but they also know what you are at this point, so they're still a little bit standoffish, because it's like, we don't know how to fucking interact with this person.
They never met a Furbog before?
Oh no, Ben.
Oh no, they've met Fearbolts, not Glenhorn.
When they finally let their guard down just a little bit, Glenhorn's just gonna slowly emerge from the trees.
That guard will immediately go back up. I'm just gonna say it. The second they see you, like, head peeking out of the woods, plinking, your eyes fucking starry and shit, that guard is going back up. They might even just actually put their shields up. Fucking floating ass planking cow person sticking out of the woods. It's like, that's scary as shit.
They raise their shields, and I go back into the light of camp, or the dim light of camp. I'll say, "Hey, you guys want some candy?" It's a nice night for some treats. I got these squishy ones. I got these liquid filled ones. I got these Kia chocolate ones. I got the ones that make you go to sleep. I got the ones that make you excited.
The one that you talked to before kind of pipes up because he is the most experienced talking with you, and they kind of shoved him in towards you. We're quite fine. We're still on duty. We're going to be until we make it to base. So.
Yeah, I noticed you guys are a little on edge. I mean, we should be fine. Look, I also got these gummies here that will help you mellow out.
Oh no.
No candy, please. We are on job. So maybe next time.
Alright, I'll return to my forest adventure. Goodbye, guys. Be back in a little while.
Okay.
Good luck.
Try.
First things first, your fucking facial reactions are fucking priceless. Thank you.
That's why I put the camera. I do these normally when I'm DMing, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna throw the camera on. Fucking, it's all going to waste.
Oh, wonderful, excellent. Question though.
Yes.
Just from like observing the guards and their urines and stuff, does Gira see any possible way to make them at least less frightened of the party?
To not be as cryptid.
If you chilled the fuck out, probably. It is definitely the very hyper, getting up close, touchy, like, hey, let's be best friends. I met you 5 minutes ago.
I met him 3 days ago.
You did meet them 3 days ago. You've also been a cryptid in that time.
That's true.
And cookies are all bad.
They're not all bad, but when it's floating cow person with space eyes that will fill your hall room with darkness and fly past you in a very freaky fucking way. You guys have made a good overall impression. Maybe not so good a individual impression.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
It really depends on who you talk to how they're going to react to you guys.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, generally they know you're on your side, or that that you're on their side, but also you kind of scare them.
Fair enough. Gira wants to, at some point, very calmly approach whoever seems the least afraid of the guards. That's not Kolvar.
It's not cool.
Yeah, look, Gira...
Or Ashran.
It's probably that same one that's been, getting put, because, they all look pretty equally terrified, but he looks the most, okay, I guess this is my life now.
Okay.
At least Gira was a one-off experience.
Yeah, he looks...
This is repetitive.
Yeah, he looks a lot more used to it. It's this is the fucking third or fourth time that he's had any interaction with this. He's getting used to it.
So yeah, Gira's gonna approach that guard, not up in his face, but close enough to Gira is trying to initiate a conversation.
Yeah, he stiffens up a little bit.
Gira takes a step back.
It doesn't change. It's just from the fact that he's noticed you. Can I help you?
I am sorry. I wanted to apologize.
For what exactly?
I am not sure, but something I have done has very clearly unsettled all of you, and therefore I would like to apologize.
Look, it's nothing against you personally. The castle is a very high energy environment. However, the people there are very samey. To put it quite frankly, you three, for the most part, were a shock. We weren't all entirely aware of you coming in. You've kind of become a bit of a myth around the gods. Mostly your floating Calfred over there. He's not. No, he's not. It's nothing against...
He looks up. He looks up and he just sees Glenhorn floating, staring into the fire.
Oh, shit. Don't do God. Jesus Christ. It's not against you personally. Overall, we've heard a lot of what you've done. You seem like good people. We are not used to you yet. You are very new to us.
This is understandable. Most people are never used to me. This is a common reaction.
Honestly,
I just think it's best to apologize.
And you are a sweetheart for doing so. Just give it time. I'm sure the others will warm up. I'm sadly getting used to this.
I am very sorry.
Honestly.
Bye.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry. I thought...
Bye. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, but have a good rest. I suppose I'll see you all in the morning.
Kira scampers off.
He sits there just he doesn't know how to unpack that. So third day of travel.
Hold on, one last thing. Glenhorn knocked the gate, staring into the fire.
Uh-huh.
Will turn his head towards the guard.
Oh no.
And call out, "Sorry! I got a spell for calming a lot of people down if you want me to use it. It'll help out.
Please just stop appearing out of random places like that. That's all. Just please no.
Well, I didn't move. I was still above the tree line over the fire.
He still thought you were gone. Just very, very quiet for someone so large and loud. That's the
benefits of flying.
You know what? Not paid enough for this. Have a good night, sir. he like kind of gets up and goes off somewhere else. He doesn't know what to do.
Now we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Exactly.
Common emotions prepared. I do.
Oh my god. They're not hostile towards you.
God damn, they're stressed.
They are just very. You kind of get the sense that Kolvar just got a bunch of people and threw them into a group. He was probably just working with whatever he had.
I'll work on it. Sorry.
He doesn't respond. I was like, nah, he's
I'll sit down by the fire.
Yeah.
And disguise myself into, like, as much of a default elf as you can think of.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you
So, like,
basic
try and calm him down.
Yeah, you become basic as fuck. I mean, the other elves are kind of, like, doing their own thing, so they're not paying much attention. And the one that you were talking to already, like, went off to go rest for the night.
Oh, so this just becomes a Skinwalker story, where the fuck did this elf come from?
I guess
exactly what it is, actually. It's probably going to be another cryptid if someone takes notice.
The elf with starry eyes.
Yeah.
No!
When the cow disappears, he is an elf. He's a werecow.
He's a werecow.
Oh god, that is what it would be. It's an elf man who turns into a werecow. You can tell him by his starry eyes in the night. He floats around, offers you candy like a weirdo. Just offers you random candy.
Bunny. It's a weird Easter bunny and candy. Or Santa.
It's basically Grimdolf, but a little bit weirder and less malicious.
Yeah.
A little less dead bodies.
Yeah, a little less spaghetti getting thrown on Kolvar's head every promotion ceremony.
I want to be there for one of those ceremonies just to hear, and a bowl of spaghetti falls right on his head.
To be fair, depending on how active you are in the war itself, you might.
I wonder.
It's very possible.
I wonder how Lyra's reacted to every instance that's happened.
No, she's floored every time. She's laughing. The first time, it was a surprise. She's become increasingly more expectant of it over the years.
But it's still funny.
Oh yeah, Kolvar has too. He's tried like umbrellas and shit. It hasn't worked.
Grimdolf invents the fucking portal gun just for the spaghetti.
Grimdolf does. I'm pretty sure he has teleportation magic. It's just when he uses the umbrella, instead of having it come down like on top of him, there's a small portal that opens and it splashes him directly in the face.
It has a whole box.
Kolvar does not win. He does not have.
He's just gonna wear a trash bag.
You know, he does not have many wins. He just works.
Ain't that a mood?
Yeah, he just rolls with the punches of spaghetti.
A lot of spaghetti.
A lot of spaghetti.
So much spaghetti.
Enough to feed a family.
It's not a small bowl. It's probably like it's a big. It's a big ass portion of spaghetti. He is drenched.
That's like a potluck bowl.
Yeah, it started out as like a pretty reasonable normal bowl, but the bowl has increased every year.
He's gonna get it like a fucking tub.
Yeah, no, at some point it's just gonna be a bathtub of spaghetti that falls on him. Like, guaranteed.
And then eventually, like, the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
The whole town's just drenched in spaghetti.
Oh no, it's just enough to fill the Super Bowl and it all comes out in a stream. It's just Kolvar.
Only Kolvar. It magically teleports away from all the other people and just goes straight back to Kolvar.
No one else gets splashed. It is just Kolvar.
And then if it does get close to someone else, it just goes back to Kolvar magically.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how it happens.
Oh my god.
It's magic spaghetti. It has a targeting system.
Are we sure we don't want to ship Kolvar with spaghetti at this rate?
Oh, my poor boy. My poor boy.
It's like a crack ship. No, it's a serious one.
So,
It's
is there anything else you guys would like to do before the third day and your arrival to your new sanctuary?
Well, Lumia was probably poking at her gem a little bit throughout the day to learn about it.
You do a poke.
You do poke.
It's charged by the sun and powers you. That's about it.
Wonderful. She knows.
Yeah.
But she is learning.
She's learning what she kind of knew.
But she is learning things relating to her scholarliness.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Yes. She knows what her research is. She knows what must be done.
Yeah, so...
During the day this time, I'm going to try sending another message to Merzen.
What do you say?
Hey, Merzen! Glenhorn here. About a day away. You guys alright? Did you get my last message? See you soon, hopefully.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, the last thing he said is yeah.
You do get a response this time.
Okay.
He's alive. Shut the fuck up.
I heard your message. I ignored it. See you soon. That's the end of the message.
Wife got him on that one. Sounded like
oh my god.
Respond.
No, it's more of you called him late as fuck at night. He was the only one awake, and he decided to ignore you so that he could try to sleep.
Oh.
Of course he was the only one awake. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was finishing his nightly patrol.
Hey guys, Nerzen's not dead.
He's not dead. He left me on red.
That's good.
Yeah.
Watch Grimdolph hire you guys to help the spaghetti prank. The tub gets too big.
Oh no!
That's a real moral dilemma. Kolvar's invited you to the ceremony. Grimdolph hired you to help spill the spaghetti on him.
Hopefully, by the time that happens, we're strong enough to kick a witch's ass.
Damn,
because
kick his ass over
sadly, that's something
spaghetti?
I gotta. No, not kick his ass. It's more like, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. All right, Grimdolph, I apologize, but this is just something I can't do. And if he has problems with it, then we'll probably have to resort to kicking his ass.
Fair enough. Damn. Yeah, so...
I gotta place boundaries here, alright, Grimdolph? I'm sorry.
Boundaries.
It's about midday, roughly, when you make it. Yeah, it's about midday. As you reach... That's right, motherfuckers, I had that on standby, too.
Oh my god.
Mostly because it's ambient.
That's fair.
You make your way into the area. You didn't quite see it as well when you were first entering. However, there are two enclosures that appear to have already been set up east of the city. You can barely make out the parts of the fence. They seem to be on the far outreaches of the allocated land that's been given. As to why, you don't fucking know. But it's there. You pull up to the town itself, and you see Nerzan waiting for you. He's sort of standing at the entrance of the city.
Oh, shit. Tongues. I'll cast tongues on myself.
You cast tongues on yourself.
Hi, Nathan!
Hello, Glenhorn.
He's so disappointed. He's like, God damn it, I can't believe I'm dealing with this shit right now.
Yeah, we're back. Glad to see you again. How's it been?
It's been going.
That's good to hear.
It's been going.
Did you notice they already made the thing over there?
Yeah, they've been there for a little while.
All right. Have you had the chance to get acquainted with them yet, or is it they've just been kind of keeping to themselves?
He sort of gives what feels like a shrug.
All right. Well, yeah, we're basically just here to continue helping them with that. Basically, their idea is to set up an enormous enclosure, taking up a good chunk of the continent, where we'll be bringing other dinos and other animals to kind of protect them from poachers and the like. Anything that's displaced from the war and all that.
I like to imagine, if I may just say, as Glenhorn's speaking in tongues, we're just hearing him basically do dinosaur noises.
Oh yeah, fun fact, there's actually been some study on the vocal cords of Tyrannosaurus Rex. It basically sounds like a big fucking tiger. Like, it has that sort of low-based rumble for a lot of the sounds it made.
That explains tigers.
Yeah.
Apex predators.
Yeah, so it's just a lot of very loud, but also kind of hard to hear rumbling. Like, you feel it more than you hear it. It's that kind of sound.
Okay, so it's kind of like in Mandalorian when we're like looking at Mando and it's like, how the fuck did you make that noise with your mouth?
Yeah, I'll have to send the video to General later, but yeah, okay. No, it's you feel it, you don't really hear it so much.
Gotcha, but it's still like Illumia gear and being like, what? How the hell are you making those noises?
Yeah, no, it is amazing how Glenhorn's able to communicate it.
The idea of Glenhorn being able to do that is actually kind of terrifying.
Yeah, I mean, magic is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
He sort of looks over. Would you happen to mean, like, the enclosure's over there? And he sort of motions his head, and you see one of the fences that's sort of on the outskirts.
Kinda, but actually I was thinking of talking to my Ernest and asking if we can like erect a giant stone wall all along the border of it. It's big, and it's so big that it'll feel like nothing's really changed, and it's just added defense against anything else that might want to encroach from the other side. It's is the mountain within sight of the town?
Yeah. Like, it's a big fucking hill, but now it's a big fucking giant walking around. He seems to be kind of slowing down a bit, but he's still kind of walking around.
Oh no, I mean the mountain on the map.
Yeah, that's Ernest.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
The mountain to the north?
That's his stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you pulling on his fucking belly button?
No, I was on his head.
Yeah, no, basically the large mountain or large hill, borderline mountain that Bakari told the goblins to build on, that was his stomach. And that was how he woke up. They were building on his stomach.
So we went Hinox, okay.
Oh, okay.
And like the rest of him was kind of underground, so it was only the stomach that was above ground. So people didn't really have a reference to know that it was him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me show you the map, and I'll pull out the map and point it out. So it'll reach from this river over by where Ernest initially popped up, and it'll loop all the way back down around the lake and come out, bordering a portion of the forest, and connect back to where Ernest came out of. There's also these set of islands down to the southeast,
Southeast.
Offshore, where they're also planning on, making it a preserve. So if you prefer that idea, we could talk. But I know you like it here, so.
Roll persuasion.
And that's the current idea at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh no. There it is. Okay, cool. A 13?
If we must.
You don't have to. It's just an option in case you prefer to be closer to the ocean. I don't really know what the environment is out over there, but
no, that
we'll
was
figure
more
it
for
out.
the general plan itself.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily
Would
the island
Nerthen
portion.
like a beach? Would he like a beach house?
Such a giant doghouse on the side of a beach.
Would he like to live on the beach in like a resort, basically?
He enjoys where he is.
So yeah, we'll be here for about a week or a month then. In that case,
A week or a
Those
month?
are two very different.
preferably a week. It'll be done in a week, maybe.
Do what you must.
All right. How? Hold on. How Tinda and Nowani been?
Same as usual. Can't complain.
They hung.
All right, good to hear too. Well, thanks for meeting us here.
I was just on patrol. I just happened to walk across you, motherfucker.
Might be a little more truth to that statement than you think. It was definitely
Is there anything you want us to check out while we're here? That's not related to this? Anything weird been happening?
Business as usual. Not much changes here. Well,
For a moment,
except
when you
for all of
ignored
you.
the message. Well, yeah. When you ignored the message the other night, I was getting a little worried. I thought perhaps poachers had arrived. But I'm glad to see you're all alright.
Glad to know I scared you. He sort of turns and starts walking back into the town. You're in Illumia. Would you like to do perception checks real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Let me just go back up to it.
That's a 24.
Mm-hmm.
I will let you know, and if I swear to God, these an 8. How wonderful. It's gonna be the death of my fucking characters.
No, what was it again? An 8?
An 8.
Yeah, Lumia, you're just kind of doing your own thing, so you're not really paying attention. Gira, you notice, Ezron is like a fucking giddy schoolboy that had just been given a big ass bag of candy, and then you see both Elduin and Kaelin trying to hold him back from running to the big angry T-Rex.
Oh, that's right.
You also notice Kolvar seems exceedingly uncomfortable. Just with this whole thing.
So I will turn over to Colvar and Company on our cart and relay what the conversation was. And then I'll call out over to the other cart and relay to them what the conversation was.
Yeah, there's a lot of yelling from the second cart as now Adrian is trying really hard to run over to the big T-Rex and pet it.
Oh no.
However, his entourage will not allow him.
That's a very bad idea. I would not recommend it.
Dr. Grant says that's a bad idea. I'm sorry. I'm definitely not trash and watched Jurassic Park 3 unironically.
I like Jurassic Park 3.
I love Jurassic Park 3. I know it's bad, but I like it. Yeah. Clover just kind of gives a blink. Do you suppose there's any chance we could get them into one of the individual enclosures so that they don't start eating the potential herbivores that come in?
Probably not.
Glad to know that we built those for nothing, then.
Well, I mean, it's also a part of nature. Eventually, when you get a good enough population on one side of the enclosure, or if you can keep a population stuck to one side, they'll eventually build a stable population with only 3 T-Rexes. They tend to hunt mainly for sustenance.
Oh.
Well, I know that they hunt for sustenance. You do know that we're rehabilitating war animals. There's not exactly large populations of them. Or even enough to get a proper one started.
Okay, look at it this way. Maybe don't put them in enclosures, put the herbivores in enclosures.
I don't more like that idea.
You know what? Let's just go with it as we go.
Yeah, he was barely agreeable to the walls coming up. This is a whole other thing.
Great to know. Sure, let's get set up. Do the Rexes have to live inside the town itself?
Yep, that's his territory.
Great. Well, let's set up base camp. The town hall shouldn't be too far from here. We can start working there.
Oh, you know what? I have an idea for the herbivore bit.
Yes.
So you see some of the druids over in the Antwood, they'd have the ability to conjure up whole herds of animals. So
we're just gonna summon more dinosaurs.
Maybe to keep Nurzin and his family from eating the other war herbivores, we just keep them well fed with summoned animals or other mundane ones we find, such as cattle or deer.
Or weird goats.
We were getting contact with a ranch that was off in Walden, I believe. We were actually thinking of maybe sending you there if you're not too busy to go negotiate a deal. But there's a lot of things that need to be done before this place is manageable to be up and running. So I suppose it's really what you want to do first. Ashran should have a list of a couple sighted dinosaurs that could probably be used with being transferred here. Erun is adamant that we get species here before trying to open this to the public in any way. I don't know why he believes that, but I suppose that's on the agenda. We also need to get a proper food supply. That's why we were wanting to speak with the rancher in Walden. Other than that, I suppose it's just a matter of getting you acquainted with everything, letting you know how things work.
Well, all right. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. So in the event we need more food than what the ranch in Walden can provide, I'll talk to some of my druid buddies over in the Entwood.
You think it will help? I'm not going to stop you.
Also, Nerzen's pretty old school. He's pretty living. So.
The idea was to get live cattle sent here.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that works.
Perhaps some remnants of cut up for the smaller carnivores. I believe there was some that wound up here. However, if there isn't, then we just have an extra supply of meat for the children, maybe. Should any of them begin spawning.
Alright, that sounds like a good idea then. As for the matter of erecting the wall, I was thinking of, we could do it through good old manual labor, but I was thinking of also speaking to the druids in Entwood, or even Ernest himself, and see if he's willing to erect the wall using his powers, or the Ernest can shape the stone. Or not the Ernest, the druids.
The Ernest!
You are definitely free to ask. I'm not going to stop you. Let's tell you what, let's just get set up first, and then we can decide where to go from there, where to prioritize things.
Okay. And maybe in the coming days I'll have a conversation with Ernest about not eating other herbivores, dinosaurs specifically.
Ernest eats dinosaurs?
I guess he does now.
I was saying he said whatever the fuck he wants. I'm not gonna question him.
That's true. He can eat whatever the fuck he wants. So
fair enough.
Maybe if you put up a wall far enough away that he can't see or surrounded by trees, he won't notice.
He won't even know that there's a world around him.
He won't know they're enclosed in an enclosure. It just looks normal.
Yeah.
He accidentally gets enclosed by the enclosures. And now you have an Ernest to show the world.
Yeah, I was about to say, good fucking luck trying to enclose Ernest.
No, not Ernest, Nerzen. I keep fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Nerzen just kind of does as he do.
He kind of vibes.
Yeah, he doesn't really give a shit unless you cross him. Well, yeah, he doesn't want to be like... He wouldn't want to be stuck in like a zoo pen that's really tiny.
He wants nerve.
But if he had enough space, he'd be open to it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have a lot of fucking space, and that's kind of why it wasn't too hard to convince him, because he's like, okay, that's actually bigger than my own territory spans, so I can.
Oh, okay,
I can live with
yeah.
this.
Never mind then.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, I would have totally told Kolar, oh yeah, we could just give him an enclosure even bigger than his territory, and he'd be happy to be there.
We already have a large carnivore enclosure that we set up, because...
Is it within the town?
It's along the outside of town, towards Walden a bit. He sort of points over, and you can see the outskirts of it. It's a rather large area. He should be fine there. The way that was initially set up when we were planning this out before bringing it up to you all. So the sort of large, over-encompassing area was more meant as a parameters for what land is owned by you all. And we were going to have sort of separate enclosures so that we can attempt to rehabilitate and possibly grow their populations in an environment where they're not going to be hunted and killed by the random wildlife native to Tenby. Or, Tevereth, my bad.
10B.
Okay.
I was thinking of Tenby. I had little Hobbiton in mind.
We all miss 10B low.
Okay. Actually, that clears a lot of things up. I'm gonna go talk to Nerzen in a bit about that then.
Oh, of course.
The enclosure for the carnivores, I imagine, is bigger than the territory he's currently got, which includes about half this town and a bit of the grassland.
Honestly, it's probably about the same size. It's just in a different location.
Alright. Actually, I'm going to go talk to him right now.
Yeah, the total area coverage was accounted for a very large carnivore.
Okay. I'll channel Divinity for a minute to pop up my dome.
Yeah.
And I'll zoom over to Nerzen.
You zoom over to Nerzin. He's
Hey, Nerzin.
Yeah.
Oh no, what's he doing?
I was gonna say he's walking around. He's given he has like a little bit of carcass that he's like nudging over to the kid.
Hi, Alani.
Hi.
Oh, she's so cute.
She's a big baby.
Hey, Nerzin, they filled me in a little more.
He looks over at you.
So, what their plan is not just to bring in the scattered war animals and bring them into this preserve. Their plan is also to rehabilitate them and to try and grow their populations. So, and I'll recount everything I was just told.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck, it's 12.
Actually, roll persuasion with advantage.
Ooh.
Okay. That's a 14.
Oof, still.
He looks down to his daughter, then back to you. If it means letting my daughter live safely, I suppose it's fine.
Well, all right. It wholeheartedly means your daughter will grow up safely. I'll go relate that to everyone else. The new place should be about as large as your current territory here. And as far as food's concerned, we may be getting an active supply of cattle, or if you prefer other game, I could speak to some druids about conjuring up some to be led into your enclosure whenever you want to eat. So the food supply will be constant. You won't have to worry about food anymore.
If it isn't to my satisfaction, you'll hear about it with the enclosure breaking.
That's fine. Yeah, the run. As I've tried to say before, now I'm here to be your friend. Just tell me anything you want. And I'll try and do my best to do good by you. All right. Bye, Alani. Enjoy your meal. I'm gonna go hop back in with everyone else.
Yep. You go back to everyone else. So, what did the big angry Rex say?
As long as it means that his daughter gets to grow up safely, he will do it. So he's open to moving to the enclosure.
Yeah, perfect. You hear Adrian give a yes from back.
Also, he said, if the food is not to his liking, he will let us know by breaking the enclosure.
Let's see to it that he is not disappointed then.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Let's hope. So, y'all get set up within the town hall. Some guards are sent to lead Nerzin and his family to the enclosure. They look fucking terrified, but they do it. So, this is a sort of mini stat sheet for certain aspects of the home base. There's probably going to be some costs depending on how many people you try to hire to work it. There's also going to be a pretty good supply of money flowing should you get things running well. You are currently starting off with a loan of 15,000 gold pieces.
Small loan of 15,000 gold.
Keep in mind, that is mostly due to the fact that buildings are fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So you are being given enough to maybe build a few buildings or repair the ones you have. You currently have 3 facility buildings that are operational at least. Let me find them real quick.
That's a lot of money.
You have the town hall, which is a keep. That's generally like, think the visitor center from Jurassic Park. It's sort of that sort of functionality. That's sort of like ground zero, home base. There's a tower, which is used as a research station. Once you get it repaired and get some of the rooms within it operational, you'll be able to use research there. And then there is also a temple, which is literally everything Glenhorn will like. Yeah. It is a temple to Ernest as well, so it just kind of fits.
It just kind of do.
It do. You also have a large carnivore enclosure, though of course you can build more as you see fit, as well as a large herbivore enclosure. I will go so far as to say the herbivore enclosure is fucking huge, because it is more meant for herds rather than individuals. But the carnivore one isn't small either, so do with that knowledge as you will. I will get a town map to you specifically, hopefully by next week.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just gotta map it all out. But yeah. After Kovar gets you all sort of acquainted with that, he says, so as I said before, there's a couple options for what we need to get doing to run this park. Let's just call it a park. It's easier and it sounds more accurate considering Ezron. You could go and attempt to get the food supply coming in early. You could maybe attempt some of those bounties. I believe Ezron has a couple. And then maybe you'll be able to get some species in, maybe even make a little extra coin while you're at it. Or you could, I suppose, if you wanted to, go talk to your druid friends. It's really up to you.
I think, oh, go ahead, Illumia.
So, okay, so they're Illumia and Gira, right? Like, right there, right?
Yeah, no, you're all there.
Illumia will say, I think it might be better to get food started. If we have things here, they need food.
My thinking precisely.
We can't just...
My thinking as well. That was actually what I was about to say. I think we prioritize getting the ranch, the food supply up and running, and then maybe pick up the bounties in the event that we come across any of the war beasts while we're traveling. And after we secure the supply line, we'll head on over to Entwood to speak with the druids. Is what I had in mind.
Of course. I suppose if you're going to be doing that, then I would recommend taking a look at what those contracts are. I don't know exactly where they are, but there's a chance one of them might be near where you're going. So in the event of that, you have a couple things to do. Other than that, I suppose I'll be here till the end of next week at the latest. Hopefully I can get out before then, but I do have a lot of paperwork to get going here.
Alright, thank you, Kolvar, for everything.
It is my job.
As a friend, thank you.
It is my job.
Oh.
I was going to say something else. Oh, yeah. The tower and the city hall are still in pretty rough shape, right?
Yes. The temple is actually mostly unscathed. However, the town hall and the tower are going to need a bit of a fix-up.
It may be wise to start planning on ways to repairing the town hall and the tower.
Well, I can talk with the construction crew, get an estimate for you before you leave if you'd like.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Of course. with that, he goes off to start talking with the construction crews. You are pretty much left to your devices. There's some guards that are spattered around talking. The very childish squeals of Ezron as he's annoying his companions. They look very fucking annoyed. Like, Kalen looks about 1 or 2 shakes from stabbing him 57 times in the chest.
Only 57, wow.
And the doctor's just like trying to read and ignore it.
Kalen, that kills people.
But you know, he pays them, so they can't exactly kill him.
I mean, they could. It just would not be a very good job.
Yeah, they could. They'd be out of employment, and considering the amount of guards around them, probably, like, wanted. So, they deal with his antics. Then there's Ezron. He's sort of, like, fixing up a desk. He looks pretty excited. Kind of hard to tell why, but you figure might because he actually has his own desk. He's like sort of sitting, dusting it off, getting his papers ready. The day is yours.
Cool. I'm gonna go talk to Ezron.
Yep. Ashron's bustling papers together. Oh, hello, Greenhorn.
Hey, Ezron. I was wondering if I could take a look at those contracts you got there.
Oh, yes. And he sort of brings out the papers from like under the desk, slaps them on the table. The 2 that we have as confirmed reports right now. There's one in Walden, I believe. There's some sort of fiasco happening at the lake. The other is in Tenby. Apparently, there's a herd of herbivores that's out there. They seem to be causing a little bit of trouble.
I'll take both in the event that we come across them. Walden for sure, because we're going in that direction.
Oh, yes, of course. He hands them to you. As you look through it, the bounty for the one in Walden, it's going to be for 500 gold, and the one for the bounty in Tenby is going to be for 1,500. Both upon completion. There's not much exact details. For the bounty that's in Walden, there appears to be a small tribe of Kuotoa that are taking over the lake. They're obsessed with this sort of devourer god, but the residents, upon looking into it, there's a large crocodile-like creature that's just chilling there and like eating a lot of things, and fishing is becoming very difficult. For the one in Tenby, it's a large herd of herbivores. The townfolk kind of enjoy them because they are very peaceful creatures. However, they are eating everything like lawnmowers. The natural wildlife there is kind of struggling, and the townsfolk are kind of struggling to feed them enough that they can keep up.
Hello, Kuotoa.
Yeah. Yeah, little fish fucks. They are taking over the lake.
Just fish gremlins.
Yeah, they are fish gremlins, and I love them.
What time of day is it right now?
You got here about noon after setup. It's probably getting to evening.
Okay, good. Is it dim yet?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's dim. I know what you're gonna do, so let's just not dance around it.
Yeah. Alright, dear Annalumia. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have a talk with Ernest.
Don't get squished this time around.
I won't get squished.
Let me pull up the Ernest stab look.
I got good news for Ernest too. Fuck yeah.
Was I not paying attention, or did they not tell how we're getting the dinos back once we find them.
You know what? This is what Illumia
They
and Vera will ask in the meantime.
they didn't give specifics.
Okay, cool. I wanted to make sure I wasn't high.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Like, they didn't figure that you were gonna go rushing in right away, so they didn't really mention it. That's mostly stuff that you would probably get from Ashrin anyways.
Okay.
And you've been mostly hanging around the club bar.
To us.
I mean, yeah, there are obviously other ways you can do it, but they do have like a transport team that they can send out there, kind of.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Like, obviously, it might be easier for you guys just to try and bring them back because, you know, it'll take like 3 days to get there, so anything you do to like knock them out or anything will probably wear off by then.
Yeah.
But there's even like, you could probably take a cart or something and probably try to drag a creature should you need to. You know, there's options. It's up to the imagination for the most part.
In my head, I was kind of thinking, how the fuck are we going to pilot a herd of herbivores from 10B back to this place with only 3 of us?
Well, you can talk to dinosaurs. Yeah,
that one I don't think is going to be the bigger problem. I think the bigger problem is the aquatic life.
Yeah, well, it's crocodilian, so it's semi-aquatic most likely, from what the reports give. So, like, you could probably transfer it and be fine. It's just you have to transfer it.
I was like, we gotta find a wagon.
We
gotta make sure the wagon steals water. We've gotta put the fish in the water wagon.
Oh, no. The bounty is more for the big crocodilian creature, not the Kuotoa. They're more like the collateral damage due to this large creature being here.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, the Kuotoa are just like worshipping it for some reason.
Fucking Kuotoa.
Yeah, they're just worshipping the big crocodile.
You know, can't argue with that one.
Yeah. It's their great devourer.
Ernest isn't close to town, is he? Or is he still like on the outskirts?
He's starting to sort of meander closer to where he initially was. Like, what you can see, he's close. He's getting closer to the crater.
Okay, so I got a bit of a travel then.
Yeah, he's probably expended a lot of his time being up, or like his energy to be up, so he's sort of going back. You could get there in maybe half an hour longest.
Yeah, I'll double dash my way all the way over there.
Yeah, that's how you make it like 20 minutes.
Cool.
As you do, he sort of looks over at you very slowly.
I'll get over to like his tusk.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say, "Hi, Ernest, it's me, Glenhorn again. I got good news. I think I finally found a lead on where this end of the world business might begin. So I'm planning on following up on that real quick. But as part of my duties as your cleric goes, I am currently helping some people build an enclosure around here. It won't go over you, don't worry. The enclosure is meant for all the war beasts that are currently being displaced by, the war that's going on. And we're planning on rehabilitating them and, increasing their populations while they're here. I was wondering, is it within your ability to erect a wall around the enclosure? I have a map of it. I can show you.
He's just staring at you.
I'll open the map and
I don't know what you want
try
to
and get
say.
close to show.
Yeah, you get up close. So you're like basically at one of his eye sockets, holding it up to the little dot of like light. It stares. I don't know what to tell you. It's just staring.
All right, that's fine. I understand. I got another. I had a backup plan. Don't worry. I know you're getting tired. So yeah, and I'll fill him in on the strange figure that led the attack of the undead. And just fill him in that that's the next lead I'm going to take. I'm going to pursue.
So, its eyes flash for a split second, and you get a image in your mind. It is an image of sort of like the silhouette of a sparrow, only it's entirely red with it almost appears to have like blood dripping down from its physique. That's it though.
An image of a sparrow that's entirely red, but it looks like blood's dripping down.
A red silhouette of a sparrow with blood dripping down.
I would have also told him about everything Gira was told by the being. If that jogs any of his memories, or is it this it?
It's at the end of all that you're shown the image.
Okay. All right, another mystery lead. I'll have to talk to Kolar about this. Maybe he knows something. But thank you for another lead, Nernus. I'll keep a lookout for the sparrow. I got a lot of thinking to do. Was that a good or a bad
It's just you can't fucking decipher this guy.
Okay.
It doesn't sound like he's about to smack you like last time.
That is a good point.
But with that, he sort of turns and starts meandering back towards the spot, continuing on his travel.
Yep. I'm gonna zoom back home.
You zoom back home. Gira and Illumia, you wanted to do something?
Yeah, we're gonna ask how the fuck we're gonna bring the dinosaurs back.
Yeah.
Very fair.
They kind of are big.
We do have some transport teams, but you'd have to, let them know ahead of time. Probably bring them with you would be most preferable, depending. You could also just take one of the carts. We can set up, what are they called?
Caravan?
What?
Caravan.
No, not a caravan. We can set up a platform for you to transport one of the more bitey dinosaurs on.
The fucking big one.
Should you ever need it, depending on the size of it, you might need a little bit of help. So the transport team would probably be recommended if you're going for a larger bitey thing.
A larger bitey thing.
Like the thing we're going for.
I love him so much.
But should you be getting to one of the nice ones? I mean, you guys seem capable. You made friends with the really big bitey one?
Well, Glenholm is friends with the big bitey one.
I mean, yeah, but it didn't seem phased by you guys either, so that's a start.
That's because he convinced him to not bite us.
You're all nicer than you give yourself credit for. I wouldn't worry too much.
Lumia looks so deadpan in that comment.
I am a mean evil goblin. You do not know what you're talking about.
Gira, we have talked about this a few times now. You are literally one of the nicest people I've ever met.
And then there's Illumia, who roasted Kolvar in day one.
You, Illumia, are...
You are
in person.
Illumia.
You are a lot nicer once you get past the surface, which is very spiky.
She kind of looks confused by that comment. She is brain dead from that comment. She does not know how to take that.
Illumia.exe has stopped.
Yeah, she's trying to process what that even means.
Is there anything else I can help you all with?
No, we may need the large platform if we're getting a big bitey thing.
Yes, I'll send word to one of the guards to get a cart ready for you. When do you plan on leaving?
That is a very good question.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty late outside. I'd probably recommend you guys get some rest first.
Oh yes, probably not tonight.
Tomorrow at dawn, we'll go.
I suppose unless you have anything else, I'll see you all in the morning.
Morning. Yes. She's still so brain dead. She's like, huh? What does it mean by spiky?
Spiky.
Oh boy, just described her as spiky, and she doesn't know how to take that.
But that
It's okay. Nobody knows how to take that.
No one does. With that, he gives like a very small wave and then starts doing his paperwork. He's on the path of Kolvar.
We have Kolvar and mini Kolvar.
Gira smacks his hand. Do not turn into Kolvar. I will haunt your dreams. Don't do it.
What? I'm not going to turn into Kolvar. I just have work now.
You come back and he's already swamped in it.
What does that even mean, turn into Kolvar? Oh no, his stack is like maybe an eighth of the stack that Kolvar has.
Oh, but it's still pretty chunky by the looks of it.
I stand by.
Yeah, but you can kind of assume it's not going to always be like that. It's probably just starting paperwork, which is always the fucking worst.
Yeah.
First time paperwork is always the bitch. I'm not going to turn into Kolvar. I just need to get some of it done, and then I'll go to sleep.
Gira just nods and he says, "Okay, good. Goodbye. Good night. Sleep."
I will. Getting to work. He's very flustered, confused, and does not know what the fuck that meant.
I rolled to see Gira's reaction. It was a 2.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Thus, smack the hand.
Bitch!
A 1 would have been breaking his hand.
Maybe.
No, a 1 would have been stealing the pen and yeeting across the town.
Jesus. Glenhorn comes back a little while after. Is there anything you'd all like to do?
Sleep.
Hey guys, I got good news and bad news.
Let's start with the news.
Bad news is Ernest is too tired to erect a wall around the enclosure. So we got to find another way to do that.
Alright.
Good news is he gave me another lead to follow after I told him about the cloaked figure and the attack of the undead.
I see. And what was that?
Vision flashed in my eyes of a red silhouette of a sparrow with blood dripping from its form.
Well, isn't that comforting?
Extraordinary.
Yeah. So I got a lot of thinking to do.
Fair enough.
I'd wait there until like Illumia and Gira break off to do their own things.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd sit with Ashen real quick.
Oh, hello, Glenhorn. Can I do anything for you?
And Glenhorn, kind of deep in thought, like his 1,000-yard stare, asks him about the sparrow, if he's heard any elvish folklore about it, anything that comes to mind, people that might be associated with it.
I I myself haven't really heard anything, but I think if anyone would know, it would probably be Kolva. He spent a lot of nights, with the Queen. They would read a lot of books together.
Eyebrow waggle.
And the Queen was rather into folklore and stories and such, so he might know.
Alright, that's kind of what I figured. But thank you, though.
Of course, I'm always happy to help.
Also, Ashrin,
Yeah.
has Kolvar ever opened up to you about his honest opinions of us?
Loaded questions today.
Mm,
Like,
he
I know we're a handful, but did I do anything to slight him in the past couple of days?
no, he's very grumpy.
Uh,
And he doesn't warm up to people easily. It took me a long time to get on his good side. He doesn't think badly of you guys. I think he sees potential in you, and that's why he's hard on you. He was the same way with me when I was starting out. I wouldn't take it personally.
I know, that's the mindset I've been operating on, but, sometimes it's a little hard. But I have faith in him. So it's okay.
If he didn't like you, I don't think your interaction with the Queen would have gone as smoothly as it did.
What attraction?
He had to put in one.
Interaction.
Interaction.
The Freudian slip.
He would definitely.
You saw nothing. I said nothing. I don't know what you mean.
You definitely wouldn't have got in without him putting in a good word. I'll fight all of you. I'll fucking fight all of you. Kill you motherfuckers. Anyways.
Do it.
He looks
No.
up. He looks up at
Hurry
Ashton
up.
You get a
and gives
suffer.
like a genuine smile, like a soft-hearted smile, and puts his hand on his shoulder. Thank you, Ashton.
Of course.
All right, make sure you get some sleep now. We're probably going to be leaving in the morning.
I'm not going with you. Please.
No, I mean me, Gira, and Illumia.
Oh. Yeah, no, I just have to finish up this last few pages and I'll be going to sleep.
I mean, if you really want to tag around, Ashton, you could, by all means, come join us in the Lake of Kuatola on a giant crocodilian beast.
That sounds very terrifying.
And fun.
As much as I like you guys, I came to this post to help support you because I like being around you. I don't want to get killed, so I'm going to stay here. I'm very happy working in the sidelines.
I know, I'm just pulling your leg. Alright. Bye, Ashford.
Please don't actually pull its leg.
Good night, Glenhorn.
I already done it once.
Yeah, he had flashbacks to the thing where he said pulling your leg.
Oh, our poor boy.
Yeah, you all get your rest.
Get that rest in.
Okay, yeah. Damn. I'm gonna go talk to Kohler.
Okay.
That'll be the last thing I do for that night.
Mm-hmm. What do you say?
Is he like over in the town hall with Ashford?
Yeah,
or
no,
is he
he's at a different desk. He's doing paperwork as usual.
Hey, Kohler.
He sort of looks up. Hmm.
So I had a discussion with my god again. After telling him about the undead attack and the weird figure we saw in the graveyard, he gave me another vision
Of
of a red silhouette of a raven dripping blood. Does that does that ring any bells? Any prominent figures you remember associated with ravens, or anything in Elvish folklore?
well, you said a bloody sparrow, right?
Oh, a sparrow. Yes, a sparrow.
Silhouette with blood dripping down.
Yes.
Well, I do recall stories of a figure that called itself the Blooded Sparrow. From what I know, it was a myth. Just some bedtime story to scare children into being good. Always happened to work on Lyra.
And by the sounds of it, now this may turn out to be a little more than a myth.
I wouldn't think of it too much as anything real. Perhaps it's just some nut job that's taking on the mantle. Though it is concerning. The character.
Was he a particularly bad figure?
Well, as the story goes, apologies, I'm going to be butchering this. You'd probably be better off trying to find the story itself, however, we're not in the city. He was some sort of a mix of man and monstrosity. Not entirely sure where or when he was created or for what purpose. However, it does seem to have a singular goal of the destruction of anything it deems unfit and bad. You know, it would go off and kidnap children into the night, and they would never be seen again, sometimes adults too, if they were particularly awful. There tended to be chaos in whatever town it appeared in. However, not much more than that. It's kind of hard to be certain. There were stories, like I said, for children.
Well, thank you, Colwell. That actually helped a lot.
Glad to be of service, I suppose.
Maybe I'll check the library here first. I got a lot of thinking to do. Try to get some rest if you can.
I should warn you, if you're looking for academics, the tower is actually ransacked. You're good fucking luck. I'm not sure about the temple. I didn't personally visit it.
I'll check the temple.
Oh, of course. He goes back to his paperwork. Paperwork!
Cool. And then I'll go think for a while and then go to sleep.
Yeah?
Sleep.
Slept.
So, Gira.
Oh dear.
Would you mind? Well, yeah. Would you like joining me in the room where it happens?
Aw.
Oh, goodbye, friends.
Bye.
Hi.
How? Had to fit in that stitch.
How's it going?
How you doing? So as you drift off to sleep, you are suddenly brought into a large circular room. It seems, for the most part, empty. There's a throne sitting in the middle, large tapestries that cover the walls. In front of you, a little ways off, you see a goblin, a little taller than you, wearing what seems to be sort of like a wig.
What the fuck, Ethan?
A cloak. There's some potions that are on the belt of the side. However, the face is blinked out into a void.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing in that little town? It's the same voice that you've heard before.
Can you repeat the question that you just asked?
What are you doing in that little town?
Miscellaneous voice that is coming from seemingly nowhere and everywhere at once. I do not understand your question. I do not believe that is me.
You are there. It's talking to you, just like the last stream.
Oh!
Apologies. I did not convey that enough. I did not convey that enough. The tapestries fall. Release the archers. I don't know what to do. Yeah. No, it's same voice, same voided face, different scene.
Oh, gotcha. So the voice is coming from...
Yeah, it is coming from the voided face that is blocking you from seeing Glean.
Cool. Okay. You are really going to have to be more specific on which town you are referring to. I have been in many towns.
The one you are in right now. I'm interested. You've caught my attention. You are doing something. I want to know what.
I am always doing something. That is how life works. If you are not doing something, you are dead. And if you are dead, you are still technically doing something, which is being dead.
I suppose that's how my friend functions, so you're not entirely off.
How your friend functions? What the fuck? Okay.
So, what are the happenings of this little town?
Well, there are dinosaurs.
Oh?
And thus we are there. With the dinosaurs.
What are you doing with them?
Keeping them safe, I think. It is kind of confusing, I will be real with you. Miscellaneous voice, whose name I still do not know, and thus will keep referring to as miscellaneous voice.
If you wanted my name, you could have just asked.
Wait, did I not ask last time?
No.
Oh, I could have sworn that I asked and the dream ended.
I think you did mention saying shit. I should have asked his name after it ended.
Okay. Okay.
I also might be wrong on that, but no, during your conversation with him, there was not an exchange of names.
Cool. I'm just high. Excellent.
It's all good.
Gira has a look of puzzlement crossing his face as he remembers things, and he's like, "That is a good point. What is your name, mysterious voice?"
You can call me Gradesh.
Yo, could you spell that for me?
G-R
Uh-huh.
E-D
Uh-huh.
D-E
Uh-huh.
S-H.
Interesting.
And you are Gira, the little goblin, correct?
I'm so sorry. I hit the wrong chat.
Fair enough.
I heard you are, and then correct.
And you are Gira the Goblin, correct?
I am still Gira. Last time I checked. Stranger things have happened. Not to me. Well,
Are you planning on getting all of these creatures in one place?
I do not think so. Just the ones that are displaced.
Well then.
And to my understanding, it is in multiple places. I am still confused in the logistics. I am not a smart goblin.
I suppose thank you for the information then.
You are very weird, mysterious voice. Whose name is Gradish.
You can just call me Gradesh.
I could. But now it has become a habit to call you mysterious voice whose name is Gradish.
I suppose do what you want, it doesn't affect me.
Why are we here?
I'm not sure, actually. I just prodded into your mind and this showed up. I'm not sure what connection you have to it. It's just there.
Hey, what the fuck?
Do you have any other questions?
I constantly have questions, but none that I particularly feel the need to ask right now.
In that case, until next time. And with that, instead of last time where the dream just sort of dissipated and vanished,
Son of a bitch.
out of the void, large tentacles amass out from it, grab you, and within almost a split instant, you are dragged into the void and you wake up in a jolt. Would you mind meeting me in general?
Hey, what the fuck, Ethan? What the hell?
I've done nothing.
Oh, you guys are actually back. Hello.
I've done nothing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, guys, how about two backup characters? Don't need to pull them out right now.
Tell me all the backup characters I need to pull out. How many of them are already dead?
You guys aren't fucking dying. Calm down. Jesus, I know I kill players a lot. It is accidental. Every time I purposely try, it fails. Trust me.
What time is it when that happens?
It's morning.
Oh, okay.
So, do you do anything specific when you wake up, Gira?
I mean, he gives a shout.
Yeah, very fair. Pretty safe to say it probably wakes all of you up.
Yeah. Well, Illumia's probably just Jay chillin', but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Glenhorn at least.
Oh, yeah.
Glenhorn's and a heavy sleeper. Give me a second.
Oh, that's true.
Would a very loud, high-pitched yelp happen to stop that?
Oh, natural 20, yeah. He immediately wakes the fuck up.
Yeah.
In fact, he feels the pressure in the room change, and he wakes up.
There's a shift in the wind.
Shift in the energy of the room. Glenhorn is awake.
The vibes are off.
I vibe checked the room, and it was found wanting.
Oh my gosh.
Is there anything else you guys immediately do in response to this?
She'll probably just look up and be like, alright. Oh, what's wrong, Gira?
Yeah! What happened? Hey, Louie, I think Gira broke.
Gira is broke. Gira is broken.
Gira.exe stopped working.
Yeah. Gira has thrown his hood up and is just kind of sitting there. Like, you know how you do that thing where you like do a breathing exercise so you don't have a full-on fucking panic attack? Gira's doing that thing.
Gotcha. Well, that's not good.
Yeah, it's not good. Do you need a healing spell? Do you want me to calm you down?
Gira just kind of waves his hand.
Okay. I could give you one of those plant candies.
Gira looks at you dead in the eye and says no.
Okay. I mean, it wouldn't make you hyper.
No.
Okay. I'm gonna go get breakfast ready for everybody.
And with that, we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay.
Why do you do this? Why? Why do you do this?
Because I am slowly learning what works and what doesn't work. And I'm figuring out your guys' characters that enables me to hurt you.
So much.
Oh, I'm so proud.
I know I suck.
What a good conversation we just had.
Oh, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to end the stream here. Hope the one viewer enjoyed.
Hope you enjoyed, one viewer.
Hi, one viewer.
Hello, one viewer.
Yeah.
Hello, one viewer.
We forgot to say hi to you, but hello. But